Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love reading for September 2016. This month I'm working with two decks again, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use this one for confirmation, so I'm going to get to that in a minute. I've already shuffled, so let me just pull you 9 cards. This is the love reading for Aquarius for September 2016. Your first card is the King of Coins, and I think the card was reversed because of the way I'm holding the cards. Yep, okay. So they're not actually, it was not actually in reverse, it was just the way I was holding the deck. The Ten of Wands. The Nine of Swords. The Five of Cups. The Six of Wands, Justice, the Lovers, the Fool, and the Tower. Wow, so you have all major arcana over here at the bottom. I'm going to adjust the cards in a minute. At the bottom of the deck, and this is going to be whatever is at the bottom is the theme, basically the energy that you have to work with for your love life for the month of September. And for you, it is the Four of Swords. So to me, the Four of Swords represents a break, a timeout, and based on some of the messages that I see in this reading, I feel like September is not a good month to kind of push and shove when it comes to your love life. I mean, we're going to tune into all of these cards one at a time, but I feel like also some of you might need a timeout when it comes to relationships that are troubling you. I mean, we have the Ten of Wands here and the Five of Cups. So some of you might be like needing some space from like all the drama. If you have a partner where you just like you can't handle all the negativity or all the drama that comes along with the relationship. Some of you may be needing some space, or someone may ask you for some space. This also represents kind of like collecting your thoughts. So I feel like a lot of you may have a lot on your mind coming into the month of September, and they're asking you to kind of like be at ease, give your ego a break. I feel like there's some thoughts that are going through your head that are not necessarily accurate. Okay, so you start off with the King of Coins. And this could represent someone who is an earth sign. So this might be your partner or a potential partner. But this card, no, it represents financial stability. It represents money. It represents material things. And this has come up for some of the other signs as well. I mean, this could also, represent, happiness, because one of those material things obviously is love and relationships and marriage. For some of you, I feel like this is front and center for you. And they're just saying, like, again, don't push your limits when it comes to maybe getting that marriage proposal or having your partner ask you to move in. But I get the feeling that some of you are concerned about like something material, like you're concerned about your job, your money, your home. And they're saying to not let this affect your relationship. Again, this has come up for other signs as well. You also have the Ten of Wands, which means that you have a lot on your back. You feel kind of exhausted and drained. Again, going back to the main energy around you, it's the Four of Swords. I feel like don't kind of push and shove when it comes to material things. Don't let this affect your relationship in a negative way. I feel like you've been struggling in some way as a couple, those who are already coupled. Perhaps you've been struggling with saving up money for a house, a car, putting your kids through college. This is this energy of just being completely burned out, exhausted, where you just can't handle anymore. You have too much hanging over your head. So I feel like here, you need a break from all this. You also have the Nine of Swords. So again, this represents worry and anxiety. And it means that you're really worried, you're concerned about something. Which is why, again, they're asking you to take a break from all this. The Nine of Swords just mean that you have a lot of, fears and phobias. You really worry about you know, something that you don't want to see happen. But this card usually means that whatever it is that you're worried about, it's just your imagination. That's not even going to happen. This is just like an illusion. And it could be that you're worried about something here. You're worried about your marriage, or you're worried about your home or your children in some way. Again, this is telling you to kind of give your mind a rest. I feel like your imagination would be overactive. You could also kind of overreact to some things that happen around the home, those who are already coupled. You could overreact to arguments concerning money or the home. I feel like there has to be peace in your relationships. Now over here, we have the Five of Cups. So this does represent emotional pain and disappointment and loss. And sometimes you're kind of really focusing on something and dwelling on something that was lost or taken away from you, and you can't really look past it. For some of you, yeah, you could be looking back on an old partner, an ex that broke your heart and walked away from you. But I feel like, you know, again, you need a break from this. You need a break from this. There's already this energy here of, like, you can't take one more thing happening in your life that is negative. There's already so much stress and anxiety here. So I feel like if you find yourself daydreaming or just kind of focusing on a breakup, it may not be a breakup for everyone. It could be that you're focusing on an argument you had with your partner. You're focusing on the negative instead of the positive, that this is not going to work out for you. Like, there should be peace in your relationships in the month of September. Anything else is just going to add to this energy over here that you don't need this and you don't want this. You do have the Six of Wands, which represents victory and success. So again, it's like they're telling you, be careful, you know, what you're focusing on. Don't focus on things where, you know, you can't really change what happens here with the Five of Cups. This is something that, you know, ended, and you just kind of have to cross it off and move on. Don't focus on, you know, fears, and don't add on anything else that's going to weigh you down, because you do have this energy of success. So I feel like here, those who are coupled, you can really kind of make your relationship, you can turn this into a victory, even if you are going through something difficult. But I do feel like this, I'm hearing this is going to require some adjusting. You do have the Justice card right next to it. So I feel like it's, for some reason, this is a general reading, so it's hard to tell, because so many like scenarios go through my mind. I'm hearing that there has to be some type of adjustment here. It's not clear sailing for everybody. I mean, victory, like, you will succeed in September. There's the energy for you to succeed in staying together as a couple. Those who are single, finding a romantic partner. But again, not if you're kind of focusing on the past. Like, let that go. You need a break from that. For some of you, I mean, the Justice card, to me, this represents balance, kind of setting things in order. For some of you, you may require more balance in your relationship. This card does sometimes represent someone being the underdog. Things are not fair. I mean, seeing the other cards here, I mean, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Cups. It could be that someone is not treating you very well. Again, this has come up for other signs. And again, examine this carefully. It could be that you just need an adjustment. You need to bring things to the surface and let your spouse know that, you know, you deserve better. I feel like here someone's being the underdog, and you have to bring the relationship back into balance. Even if you know it means that you need a break. Even if it means that you need a timeout in order to really figure things out mentally. But you do have this energy of success and victory. For those who are single, it could just mean that you need to bring your life back into balance and kind of fix things, maybe healing things from the past, coming full circle as an individual, before you can have this victory that for you represents a new person coming into your life. Remember to let the past go. You do have the Lovers card, so this does not come up for every sign. This is, you know, a significant relationship, and it's pretty significant that we have all major arcanas down here at the bottom. We have the Lovers, the Fool, and the Tower. Bam! 3 major arcanas. So let's start for those who are already coupled. I feel like something is definitely kind of changing here with this energy of the Lovers. You already have your committed relationship, or you're already married, but there's some changes that, you know, need to happen here. It's like somebody is not completely happy. Maybe someone in the relationship feels really fulfilled, and maybe it's because they're the one, you know, treating the other person unfairly. But in order for this to really, you know, transition into the next phase, which represents the Tower, something has to change. It's like this couple is not going to kind of stay together in the same energy. I feel like Aquarius, like something's kind of going on where something is not fair to you. Things are out of balance when it comes to your partner. I keep forgetting which one was first. I think it was the Fool. So they're telling you here that, you know, there has to be some type of new beginning. The Fool does represent, you know, kind of a leap of faith. And for some of you, I'm getting, this is not going to be for everybody, but I am hearing that some of you, you make a decision that, you know, this partner is just not bringing you the happiness or giving you the love that you deserve. And you take a giant leap of faith and move in a different direction. And the unexpected happens. You know, you meet someone that really does fulfill you. Again, this won't apply to everybody. But for others, it just means that you move in a different direction with your partner. Again, you know, bringing things back into balance. Readjusting things, bringing up these fears that you have. I feel like there's something that you're worried about, Aquarius. I feel like there's something where you just can't take not one more bit of bad news. There's already this element of unhappiness and sadness around you and disappointment. So I feel like you need to be moving in a different direction with your partner. And, you know, the Tower is just telling you that everything has to go. Again, it doesn't mean that your relationship has to end, but it means that you can't move on with your partner in the same energy. It's like there's something there. You don't have the Devil, at least not in this deck. But there's something there that is not quite fair to you and not positive. So something has to change for those who are already in a relationship. For those who are single, this is just telling you that, you know, there's this energy for new love. This is marriage. The Lovers represents a committed relationship, your life partner, your twin flame. But only if your attention is here, you know, in the moment. You're not focusing on, you know, someone that broke your heart in the past. And you're not focusing on your fears, maybe that you're going to stay single. Again, you may need a break to kind of like really feel like you're ready to pursue this new relationship. You may need some time to think about this, but this does represent someone new coming into your life. And I feel for those who are single that, you know, it could be someone very different than you, because the Fool does represent taking a giant leap of faith. So it can mean that, you know, you're concerned in some way about this partner. Like you don't know if you can trust them. You don't know, maybe they're not your type. But again, you take a giant leap of faith. You're trusting your intuition. And this leads to something totally unexpected. For those who are single, I feel like this just means that life surprises you. That your life changes for the better because you follow your heart and your intuition. Okay, so let's see what cards come up for you from this deck. And this is just some confirmation based on what we have already seen. I've already shuffled it, so I'm just going to pull 3. You have the Ten of Swords, the Moon, the Five of Cups, which is already in this reading right here. At the bottom of this deck, you have Strength. So yeah, I mean, like the cards are screaming that something is not quite right for Aquarius. Strength comes up when you have to be really brave. And you have to conquer your fears, you know, which are over here. Again, there's something that's troubling you. You're very concerned about something. You're worried. You don't want to see something happen. But Strength is telling you that you have to hang in there. You have to be really brave in confronting your fears, confronting maybe your partner. It just means you have to kind of have courage. And you have to, I feel like something, you know, may happen where you may feel tempted to focus on the negative. But Strength is always a message to live from your higher self. Don't listen to that negative inner chatter. You do have the Ten of Swords telling you that it's time to move on. You know, the Ten of Swords is kind of an announcement that something has ended. And sometimes this means that you've been betrayed in the past. But it's just a message that it's, you know, the worst is behind you and now you're free to move on. So for those who are single, again, don't focus on someone that broke your heart. And now there's all these fears and worries about somebody new, when really there's someone, you know, here that I see in the Lovers card that could represent your life partner. a soulmate or a twin flame. This just means leave the past in the past. You've already seen the worst of it, so move on. For those who are coupled, it's just a message that, you know, you can't stay there in this energy of the Ten of Swords with the swords in your back. Again, something is not fair to you. That's what I'm getting for couples. There's something that needs to be brought to the surface here. And this is the only way for you to move on together as a couple, is to face whatever it is, you know, that was unfair to you, and move on together. Then you also have the Moon. This represents your fears. So again, going back to the Nine of Swords, you know, this message just keeps coming up. I feel like you're very worried about something. Like, you don't want to lose your partner. You're afraid of a specific outcome. But the Moon does represent, you know, that you don't really know everything. There's pieces of the puzzle that are still missing from your situation, from your love life. I feel like you don't really know yet. Even though this reading, I know it does look kind of grim, the Moon is here to tell you that you don't really know how things are going to turn out, because you have free will and your partner has free will, or maybe your potential partners have free will. So you don't really know how things are going to happen. So don't focus on this. Don't focus on what you don't want to see, because remember that you can really make that happen. You can make that manifest. So the Moon is just kind of telling you to instead use your intuition instead of logic, is what I'm hearing. That's going to just turn you, again, turn you back to this card here, where you're really kind of focusing on thoughts that are not serving you. This is telling you to listen to your intuition, and there's signs regarding your love life, whether you're single or married. Now, this card here repeated itself. You have the Five of Cups. You already have this message right here. So this is, a double whammy. They're telling you that, you might be disappointed about something in September. You might feel a sense of sadness. It could be that there could be a loss. And for some of you, maybe not everyone, again, I have to emphasize that, not everyone. It could be that you just, you don't want to live like this anymore. You don't want to live like this anymore. You don't want to be, this energy of the Ten of Wands, where, you just can't take one more bit of bad news or one more bad experience. You don't want to live in paranoia here. You don't want to be in this uncertainty of the Moon. And you may decide to just, I need to focus on myself. But the Five of Cups could also just be telling you, stop dwelling on something from the past. It could just be, something that happened between you and your partner. For those who are single, stop focusing on that relationship that didn't work out. Again, just kind of let it go. Even though there were some, challenging cards in this reading, there were some really positive ones with the Lovers, and the Fool and Victory right here, right in the middle of the reading. But again, it's you need space with the Four of Swords being here. I feel like it's not a good time to kind of push and shove for an outcome, and you or your partner may need some space to kind of figure things out, figure out what you really want to do together as a couple. Okay, Aquarius, this has been your love reading for September 2016. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.